Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime no Mi. Today we're going to talk about Luffy's father's fate in One Piece. Dragon and Nika have great similarities in addition to their goals. They are very mysterious characters in which they have a great mysterious strength. In today's video we will see some connections that both characters have. And I already hope you can help us by leaving your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you're still new here and leave your comments saying your opinions and what the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, Dragon, also known as the leader of revolutionaries, is a character that has a great mysterious power in One Piece, both in physical powers and in leadership, commanding several characters that have the same objective as his. Luffy's father's goal is to save people who are suffering because of Sekai Sifu or other organizations. During his journey, he was able to save several characters who allied with him seeking to help other people. He was also responsible for saving Sabo's life after the boy nearly drowned in an attack by a world noble, training Luffy's brother and making him second in command of his organization. As leader of the Revolutionary Army, Dragon is dedicated to defeating the Sekai Sifu and its malicious nobility system that allows its world nobles to oppress non-noble citizens as they please. He considers the nobility the greatest villainy in the world, as they control and take people's lives as they please, forcing them to do things they don't want, even being able to use people as a means of transport. Dragon's fury is shown when he was outraged when the Sekai Sifu's selfish actions caused an innocent noble boy like Sabo to want to fight them. When he rescued Sabo the day after the boy was attacked by a world noble ship and overheard the little boy saying he was ashamed to be born a nobleman, Dragon was shown with genuine anger on his face. Dragon seems to maintain a serious and professional interaction with members of his organization most of the time, as demonstrated by his warnings that they shouldn't just strive for their personal goals while fighting for the liberation of a nation. He is quick to warn his subordinates against celebrating small victories, reminding them all that the battle they are fighting is still in the beginning, and always remembering the power of his opponents, the enormous power and resources of the Sekai Sifu. Dragon is extremely secretive about his personal life and past, having told no one in the Revolutionary Army about his closest relatives, and once ignoring an attempt by Ivankov to ask if Dragon had a family somewhere in the world. However, when news of his family was announced after the Great Battle of Marineford, Dragon did not appear to be annoyed with everyone discovering this information, as he claims that the information would help his subordinates see him as a human for the first time. Dragon wishes to overthrow the Sekai Sifu, starting with the world nobles, as they possess the power to take people's freedom and even their lives for nothing but their own interests, an action Dragon would never accept. He takes the powers of the Sekai Sifu extremely seriously due to his knowledge of their enormous military power, particularly with the Cypher Pole, an elite group that obeys the Sekai Sifu. Likewise, Dragon is seen by Sekai Sifu as one of, if not the biggest threat in the world today, being called the Sekai Sifu's worst enemy. Dragon is now the most wanted man in the entire world of One Piece. When the headquarters of the Revolutionary Army was discovered by the pirates of Teach, the Sekai Sifu immediately sent a large navy force in Cypher Pole to attack it there, in hopes that Dragon, or someone with an important post, would be there. All this because if they managed to capture someone with a high rank among the revolutionaries, it would increase the chance of being able to capture Dragon. For without that opportunity, the Sekai Sifu would have no chance, as Dragon keeps on running for a long time, fulfilling his plans for years without being captured even once. Dragon is usually seen as having a serious business-minded disposition and is concerned about staying informed about world happenings and educating his fellow organization about goals and relevant current events. As I mentioned, Dragon is quick to warn his subordinates against celebrating small victories, reminding them of the battle they're in and the great power of the Sekai Sifu. However, he smiled as he reflected on the changing course of the world, particularly his son Luffy's role in him as a pirate. Several times when Dragon discovers something about his son, he shows great pride, following every step his son takes on his journey. Because even though he is away from Luffy, Dragon cares about him, even though he can't be by his side, as this would put his son's safety in even greater danger. As stated earlier, he is very secretive about his life and personal history, as he hasn't told anyone in the Revolutionary Army that he was Garp's son or Luffy's father. In this way, hiding any kinship with someone so that their relatives would be safe. Since he is a wanted man, Dragon has proven to be an empathetic person, especially for those who are overwhelmed by Sekai Sifu's way of acting. After saving Sabo, Dragon checks that he was okay after seeing him knocked to the ground and doesn't hesitate to take seriously the complaints Sabo has made about the nobles of the kingdom of Goa. He is very concerned about the hardships of people who suffer from the Sekai Sifu and the islands that are controlled by this group. Furthermore, when he saves people, he invites them so that together they can help other people who are in the same situation as they, whether joining the revolutionaries or not. He also cares about the members and associates of his organization, as shown when he asked Koala if Nico Robin was okay. When Emporio Ivankov had the impression that Ace was Dragon's son, Ivankov expected Dragon to go to Marineford to save Ace, showing that Dragon nurtures love and care for his family and possibly for his son Luffy, despite not being present in his childhood. Dragon's actions are similar to what was said about Nika, the sun god. We know little about this secret character, but we can see that they could be maybe the same person or Dragon follows their ideology. Nika is said to be a legendary, possibly mythical, character who was once revered as the sun god by people who hoped to be saved by him. We see this happening since ancient times, showing that like Dragon, they seek to help people and set them free to live in peace, seeking to help as many people as possible so that they obtain freedom, no matter the means, not even if it was necessary to face the greatest power in the world, the Sekai Sifu, recruiting several people who have the same thinking as him. He was first mentioned by Who's Who heard about the legend of a prison guard during his arrest by the Sekai Sifu, and he is also mentioned by many characters, being a character adored by many cultures. Who's Who, a former member of Cypher Pole 9 who was once arrested for failing to protect Goma Goma no Mi, heard about the legend of an unknown prison guard and then began to pray for Nika with the intention of alleviating his own suffering. When Who's Who realized that the same prison guard who told about the legend of the god vanishes, suddenly he vanishes, he feared for his life. Who's Who suspected that according to Sekai Sifu this story should not be shared and that the most powerful organization in the world of One Piece had done something to hide this secret, so he then decided to break out of prison to escape potentially greater punishment for knowing too much, showing that Nika can be a mysterious character that may appear in the future, or he is from the beginning being seen in the story. In this way, we saw that Who's Who was able to find out about the sun god through a mysterious character, and Dragon may also have heard about it during his childhood and was inspired by his actions, or perhaps inherited his desire. After all, Dragon has the initial D in its name. Knowing Nika's ideals, the leader of the revolutionaries, Dragon, may have created this organization to help free people just like the sun god, as all actions that are mentioned as being performed by Nika during the past, Dragon is doing in the present. Another possibility that may also make sense is that Nika, the sun god, is a title given to people who follow this same ideal, which is one of the reasons why the name of this entity is said for several ages. As such, it is considered a protective deity, as people before Dragon may have carried that name and followed this ideology of protecting those trapped against their will. This would also be one of the reasons why Dragon abandoned his family, so that he could pursue a greater goal, to do something that his predecessors who held this title could not do, which would be to overthrow the Sekai Sifu. For as said by Who's Who, the tale of Nika the sun god was a story that Sekai Sifu wishes to keep secret, possibly so that no one else would inherit that title. But in that case it would be too late, for Dragon had already inherited the conviction. Furthermore, when the powers of the Soro Soro no Mi and Elbaf were introduced, many thought that power might belong to the sun god, and this may indicate that the sun god has powers related to climate control. And we know that in One Piece, still in a mysterious way, Dragon has a power capable of controlling the weather. We saw him using these powers every time he appeared, but we don't know the origin of his strength. So far it hasn't been revealed whether Dragon possesses the power of a devil fruit or a technology capable of controlling the weather at will, but these abilities allowed him to accomplish his goals and fight the Sekai Sifu. But I want to know what you think about it. Dragon might have some connection with Nika? Do they have more similarities? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.